Is the amphitheater in Cascade Park loud enough? Animal cruelty finds its way to Tallahassee. And find out if you're disposing of your hazardous waste material properly. This is News 20 at 5.
From the highest of 7 hills in Florida's capital city, covering every corner of the Big Bend, this is the award-winning News 20 at 5 Live.
Good evening, I'm Kayla Boronell. Our top story is Cascade Park, which is still under construction, but is making a lot of noise with a few Tallahassee residents. Findings of a recent sound study related to the Cascade Park Amphitheater was presented to the Tallahassee City Commission. Myers Park resident Dr. Connors is very concerned about the potential sound levels.
I'm not opposed to the amphitheater or anything that may happen to it or in it. It's just that a study has been done, an acoustical study has been done, and it looks as though it's going to be very, very loud.
According to a survey conducted by Acoustics by Design, noise levels for concerts could reach up to 83 decibels, which is comparable to a motorcycle engine. The residents' chief concern is that the park has evolved into a major venue for major concerts. Nearby graffiti and traffic is another concern for residents. Cascade Park plans to hold 10 concerts per year, and a few more tweaks are anticipated before the park opens in fall 2013. If you think you can toss your cell phones and laptops and TVs into the trash, think again. Will Pitts has more.
The Leon County Hazardous Waste Center, a public facility for the disposal of hazardous waste and reusable electronics. Bob Stewart is a citizen like many others who proudly sets aside time to contribute to the health of the environment, knowing that he is making a difference.
The hazardous waste gets into the aquifer, and so in terms of keeping our and water tends to be more precious every year.
A lot of hazardous materials can end up in the regular waste stream, eventually reach the general landfill, and over time make its way into the groundwater. This makes it important to dispose hazardous materials properly. Richard Lubinsky, the hazardous waste manager at the center, says between the fiscal years of 2011 and 2012, the center processed over 400 tons of potentially dangerous material.
We are still collecting only about 25% of the hazardous material that is generated within Nick County. So we're doing a good job, but there's space for more material to come to us.
Despite the many tons of collection, the center is only collecting an estimate 25% of local residential waste. Luckily, citizens continue to learn the many perks of visiting the facility.
There's also a swap shop available full of household materials that are ripe for the picking. Take this can of spray, for instance. It's full, it's free, and now it's mine. Reporting for News 20 at 5, I'm Will Pitts. Back to you.
The Leon County Hazardous Waste Center is located at 7550 Appalachia Parkway. The center is open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. to handle your hazardous material. Another dangerous activity is cigarette smoking. Florida State University is making an effort to become tobacco-free. This ban sets out to benefit all students, faculty, and staff at Florida State. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, confirms that smoking cigarettes is dangerous. It kills more people every year than illegal drug use, alcohol use, murders, suicide, car accidents, and the human immune deficiency virus combined, according to the CDC. There aren't too many perks of being a delivery driver. Lousy tips, bad hours, and it's rough on your car. But the job is much more gruesome. The Bureau of Labor and Statistics ranks this service as one of the top 10 deadliest jobs. Drivers are often attacked while distracted. The car toppers signal food and money-making drivers an easy target. The Leon County Sheriff's Office states that delivery drivers are often victims of ambush robberies. Deputy Tim Randolph has more.
And foremost because they are assumed to have large amounts of money on them, whether they actually do or not. Most drivers are recommended to carry just a very minimal amount of money. However, people that are targeting them also always assume that they have large amounts of money.
Uptown, downtown, Frenchtown, and Collegetown. The new region plans to be the biggest step for Tallahassee. Located in the entertainment district of Tallahassee, Collegetown offers new housing, dining, and entertainment venues to the city. Collegetown also plans to bring a stream of revenue to Tallahassee.
Game days, it'll bring a whole lot of alumni and people in, and it's good for both FAMU and FSU, because on game days, everybody's down there partying, having a good time after the game. If we have this big win, come down and just hang out and it's good good opportunity to put some money into Tallahassee.
Serving as a bridge between Florida State University and downtown, College Town brings an urban vibe to the city that is casual, elated, and safe. College Town seeks to open the spring of 2014. Cruel and unusual punishment isn't just unbearable for humans, it goes for animals as well. Cruelty to animals is defined as the infliction of suffering or harm upon animals other than humans for purposes other than self-defense. According to the website for the Humane Society of the United States, dogs and pit bull type dogs are the most common victims of animal cruelty. Of nearly 2,000 reported cases of cruelty, 64.5% involve dogs, 18% involve cats, and 25% involve other animals like horses, cows, and pigs. For more information, go to thehumanesociety.org. Coming up, find out if Boy Scouts of America will lift their ban on gay youth participation, and has a ban on texting and driving arrived in Florida? You're watching News 20 at 5. Welcome back. I'm Kayla Boronell. The Boy Scouts of America recently reached a decision to allow openly gay youth members. This will end the century-old ban effective January 1st. Some U.S. churches are cutting their ties with the organization, saying they will no longer permit local troops to meet at their churches. According to charismanews.com, the Boy Scouts have deep ties to the churches all over the country. About 70% of the group's more than 100,000 units are chartered by faith-based organizations. There are currently over 700,000 Floridians without a job.
Craigslist addict. I've been looking like every day, like every other day, like, oh, there's a new posting. I even downloaded the app on my phone and everything. Every time I get a chance, I look like, oh my gosh, there's a new posting. And I go like apply and send my resume and update it. And I have experience in so many different fields that it's frankly insulting that I haven't found a job.
As of April, current unemployment rate is 7.2%, which is the lowest it's been since 2008. According to the Orlando Sentinel website, Governor Scott took credit for improving the jobs. In an issued statement, Scott said, "It is clear that our policies to create jobs for Florida families are working." On another note, the Postal Service recently announced it would cancel its plans to end Saturday mail delivery. This decision came after the new stopgap budget that Congress passed that would prohibit the move. According to the website for National Public Radio, the Postal Service Board says Congress has left no choice but to delay an implementation. Texting while driving, a common yet risky activity that takes place on many Florida roadways and highways. The Florida Senate recently passed a bill to ban such actions. The bill allows for hands-off texting, the use of talk-to-text feature, and allows for texting at a red light or in a traffic jam. Governor Scott signed the bill into law in late May. It is a critical step that can impact the habits of Florida's 14 million licensed drivers. The law will be in effect on October 1st, making Florida the 41st state to ban texting while driving. Getting a gun once was easy as taking candy from a baby. Not any longer. Danae Dubray has more.
Some gun owners may need to say goodbye to their high-capacity weapons. President Obama is proposing 23 executive orders relating to the possession and sale of guns. These orders include a ban on magazines that hold more than 10 bullets and requiring tougher background checks for gun buyers. Gun owners like Sean Turkington feel that these proposed laws impose on his Second Amendment rights.
Why is it only the Second Amendment where people feel you have to be registered to exercise a God-given right to defend yourself?
Leon County Commissioner Bill Proctor led a community summit on the issue Wednesday. At the forum, the general public was allowed to voice their opinions on the proposed laws in front of a panel of city officials. The summit came in the middle of a national gun control debate and after thousands attended the Tallahassee Gun Show, which featured concealed guns and over 200 booths.
The effort was to try to establish some traction for continuing dialogue here in the South to focus our community on the issues of public safety.
Proctor stands firmly behind Obama's proposals. The Tallahassee Democrat and the Village Square will present a public forum and discussion on the Second Amendment this coming Thursday. The proposed gun control laws are clearly controversial. Some people are for the changes being taken into effect, and some people are very much against it. For TV 20, I'm Danae Dubray.
After the break, find out what strategies Florida A&M University Rattlers have in place for a victorious football season. The boys of FAMU DRS basketball team may have had a rough season, but they're keeping their heads held high. The boys are working to improve on their hustle, shooting, accuracy, and rebounds, and their overall performance as a team. Head coach Eugene Granger believes the boys have what it takes to become champions. In 2010, the young Rattlers were district champions. The Rattlers held the title again in 2011 and even made it to the first 4 rounds. FAMU DRS, the boys may need a few lessons from the girls' basketball team. The Baby Rattlers clinched the Florida Class 2A Girls State Basketball Champion for a second consecutive year. The rosters for both teams can be viewed at famudrs.org/athletics. What time is it? If you answered Hammer Time, you're incorrect. Orange and Green Faithfuls, get ready for another season of sacks, tackles, and touchdowns. It's time for Rattler football.
The Florida A&M football team is hoping to bounce back from a disappointing season last year. The team is working hard this summer on their strength and conditioning to avoid any late-game letdowns. Strength coach Russell Barbarino tells more.
So a couple things happen. We train a 4-day-a-week program. We go Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, with Wednesday being a recovery day, as well as Saturday and Sunday. We'll lift upper body Monday and Thursday, and we'll do conditioning on those days. And then on Tuesday and Friday, we'll do our lower body, plyometrics, speed and agility, and work capacity type of exercises.
Coach Barbarino starts the players in the weight room, where each player is assigned specific exercises to perform. The players are generally given the same assignments unless coach sees that one player is lacking in a certain area. In that case, he will assign the player exercises to make up for that deficiency. Coach is also concerned for the player's safety out in the summer heat.
One of the things we do is educate them on hydration, and we make sure we have things posted all throughout the facility to remind them, and we'll do as much as essentially escort them to the water fountains, because they just, I guess in the midst of training, they might forget to hydrate.
At the end of summer training, the football team has an award ceremony. At the ceremony, a trophy is given to the player who performs the best. Each player earns points towards a trophy by performing well in the strength and conditioning exercises. To level the playing field, bigger guys are given more points for conditioning, and smaller guys are given more points for strength. The Rattler football team is just weeks away from training camp and about a month away from their first game against Tennessee State. For News 20 at 5, I'm Scott Brooks.
Rattler football kicks off September 7th. The Tennessee State Tigers will meet at Bragg Memorial Stadium for the Hall of Fame game and 2013 home opener. To view the Rattlers' full schedule, go to famuathletics.com. Up ahead, the hungry are being fed and then some throughout Leon County. Stay tuned for more. Those facing hunger in Leon County are being provided with more than just food. Jolesie Graham has more.
Have you ever went to bed hungry or had to worry when your next meal will be? This is the question millions of Americans ask themselves every day. Here in Tallahassee, the Food Outreach Ministry teams up with Second Harvest Food Pantry and local volunteers to lower the rate of hunger. Field Supervisor Oliver Hill Jr. explains why this is so important.
This is a personal ministry. Get a chance to tell them about the good news, and why Christ has died for us. So pretty much it, it's just outreach. We go get it.
Every Tuesday, hundreds gather at the corner of Orange Avenue and Meridian Street to collect groceries donated by Second Harvest. While waiting for food, free HIV testing and food stamp applications are also provided. Candace Trojlan, a Second Harvest intern, explains her position and thoughts about the services.
The only way a lot of these people get food each week, and I just think what they're doing is amazing. I help people apply for and recertify for food stamps. They usually know that we're here. We have our laptop, and they can come up to us and say they want to apply for it or recertify for it, and we'll help them.
With over 50 million Americans going hungry each day, the Food Outreach Ministry supplies the needy with common grocery items like bread, poultry, and fruits. The ministry is open Tuesdays on the corner of Orange Avenue and Meridian Street, and Thursdays at the Walker Ford Center. Registration starts at 8 and disbursement begins at 11. As you can see, local community members are truly being blessed by the services provided by the Food Outreach Ministry. Volunteers have been here since 8 o'clock this morning and will continue to be here until all the food is gone and every member has been served. For TV 20, I'm Jolie Gresham.
That's all for News 20 at 5 broadcast. For the latest news and updates on Tallahassee and surrounding areas, visit FAMUTVnews.com. I'm Kayla Boronell. Good night.